you could join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dwayne?
Our most gracious and most wonderful Father in heaven, we thank you for this beautiful day. We thank you for the Rotary Club and all the good it does around the world. We ask you to guide us, help those in need. Make our club a better place for people to come and learn, and help to serve the community, our state, our country, and our world. Be with us, Father, help bring clean water to those in need, help eradicate these dreaded diseases around the world. Be with us, Father. We thank you for all your many blessings. We ask you to those who could be with us today, watch over them, those who are traveling, who will be traveling, keep them safe. We thank you for the food we'll receive. We ask you to bless us and nourish our bodies. Be with us and let your will be done. And we thank you for Jesus, your Son and our Savior. In Jesus' dear name we pray. Amen.
All right, everybody, you can have a seat. Fred is not with us today, so we're not going to be singing today. He had a trip up to New York to be with his family, as we learned. He lost his mother recently, so he was with some family. Made it safely back to Indiana last night, so he's at home kind of getting things squared away from being gone for a while. So again, our thoughts and prayers are with Fred and his family during this time. So I'm going to kick it over to guests. I know Dwayne does have a couple guests, so Dwayne, stand back up and introduce all 17 of your guests back there. So.
And my wife, Kathy, with me today. And Marcia Gardner, that's the third time.
All right.
Here, she's got an application as well. It's her time.
Wonderful. And they actually sat in on half the board meeting too. So welcome. Glad that you all are with us. Steve's got a guest.
I brought my wife Joy. After 53 years, I thought, hey, she ought to come more.
Yeah, pleasure to have you, Joy. Thanks for coming. Roger, you've got another guest.
Yes, I brought Kay with me again today. And we've been together 6 months.
Congratulations. Welcome back, Kay. Glad to have you. Any other guests in the room other than our guest speaker? I'm just going to make Hudson fill out an application. This is his 6th time coming, so he's got to pay his dues, and we'll get him inducted too. So, but any yes.
Yes, Kay's former father-in-law was a member of the Rotary
Really?
here, Glenn Robinson, and she's thinking about maybe joining later this year.
Good. That'd be wonderful. We'd love to have you. We love seeing new faces and people that keep wanting to be involved in the club. Let's jump into Happy Bucks. Who's happy about? Okay, you're quick. Let's go. You're ready.
This weekend, last weekend, Northview Girls Wrestling won the regional, which is really a big deal. There were, I think, 56 teams there. And they win by whoever scores their points in their matches. And my granddaughter was part of that, and 5 of the 10 get to go on the state, which is this Friday. So that is really awesome for Northview, and awesome for my granddaughter.
It's really cool. Congratulations to them. Who else is happy about something? Dave.
Well, I mean, I'm unhappy about the Colts losing, but the good news, when you have the second favorite team in the NFL, which is the Bengals, I'm going to go to Cincinnati and watch them play the Raiders. But I actually have a second ticket. If anybody wants to go, I'll sell you a ticket to sit out and freeze all day.
Nope.
But go, who day? Go being, any Bengals fan there at all? Oh, well. One? Good.
All right. Who else is happy about something?
No.
Yes, Miranda.
If you get the paper, then you would have seen that homecoming court was on the front page yesterday, and my oldest was elected to the court for the sophomore class.
Congratulations to her. It's wonderful. Who else is happy about something? Anybody? Mike thinks I'm going to call on her.
What
So,
are you calling me for?
for Happy Bucks about something.
Your birthday's Friday.
Oh, yeah. That's right. She keeps asking me where I want to go for dinner, which means where do I want to go for dinner, which is also where she wants to go for dinner. I think she wants me to take her to Staples, but I haven't said that yet.
Never.
we had a board meeting before our regular club meeting today, and we got quite a bit accomplished. I feel like, at least. I don't know if the other board members agree with me or not on that, but we got quite a few things taken care of and discussed. If you haven't seen on Facebook already or not, the bingo that is coming up next month has already been sold out, which is awesome. So we're really excited to be partnering with the fairgrounds and Maria Schottmeyer about all of that fun stuff. Do you have anything you need to add about the bingo? If somebody purchased tickets from you but hasn't picked them up, where do they get that?
So I do have all the tickets in my office. The girls have been awesome at the office. If you do come have your tickets, there's an envelope with your name on it if you paid for it or not. If not, how much you owe. Get your tickets. There's I think as of right now, 458 tickets is what we actually sold. But I know there's a few people that I have reached out to that haven't gotten back to that said they wanted tickets, so I haven't put their name on it, but I still haven't posted we were sold out, so that way people will stop messaging me a little bit. We sold I think 450 tickets in 6 days, so it's pretty remarkable to have that quick of a response. I know when Maria posted it Friday at 5 or what day it was, I had over 40 something messages in less than 2 hours. So literally sold almost 200 tickets in 2 hours.
Wow.
It's really cool. Really cool. We're really excited about being able to go to that and seeing it in action. I heard Josh Clark's going to call bingo the whole night, so that's really fun. So
Also, to tie on to that, the last meeting, the check presentation is this evening at
Yes.
7 o'clock at the fairgrounds.
7 o'clock tonight at the fairgrounds for the check presentations. If you want to swing by in your Rotary shirt and help us with that as well. So should be a good time with one coming
Joey
in.
and I get the picture.
Yeah, whoever takes the picture, make sure you send it to Dave and Joey so we can get that out there. What else did we talk about? The foundation for the district grant. There's another training coming up on January 20th. It is online. I attended the first one, and I know we have other folks already signed up to attend this second training. Now the rule is for us to be able to apply for a grant and actually receive the grant, we have to have at least 2 members of the club attend this virtual training. I've already attended the first one. Chris has already signed up for the second one, but I know that there's other people who've already signed up as well. The more people that we get signed up for this doesn't give us any bonus points, but it helps us grow in our knowledge of how this thing actually works. I learned quite a bit from this presentation. It was about an hour and a half long presentation. If you've sat through it before, like within the last 5 years, it's probably going to be the same presentation you've seen already, but it might help refresh your memory, and we have to sit through this every single year. So if you're interested in that, the link is on the Rotary.tv website, and I think it's also been emailed out several times by the district governor, so please feel free to sit in on that training as well to learn about the district grant process and how our clubs play a big role overall in the funds that get distributed throughout the year. Any other announcements? Okay, I've got 2 things up here, and I did tell the board, and this is an open invitation to anybody. If I say I'm gonna, oh yeah, I'll mention that up there, and then I forget to mention it, please just raise your hand and yell at me that I forgot something, because I try and get to all my notes as quick as I can, and sometimes I do forget something. Stephanie has Rotary shirt order forms, so if you do need some new Rotary shirts, or if you're a new member and would like to order a shirt, these forms are up here for you to pick up. She has all the information on it that you need to fill out and get back to her, and she'll get those made for you. I hope I didn't say anything wrong on that. And then last week I said we've had a really good presence in the media, and this is just what I've got right in front of me is proof of that, right? We've had an article in the newspaper, it seems like every week, of good things going on, and in our Rotary mailbox we actually have something from the state of Indiana, so I was like, oh no, what did we do, because my name was on it. I didn't like that. But it's actually from State Senator John Ford for 2 of our new members, Kylie Orr and Joey Bennett. So Joey, you want to jump up here real quick? I'm going to present this to you on behalf of State Senator John Ford from the state of Indiana. He saw the article that you probably put in the newspaper about yourself being in Rotary, so now you get another certificate. So maybe if we get a picture of Joey getting his certificate from John Ford they can go and you get another one from John Ford.
Is there a cash value to this?
No, there's not. There's not. So,
Okay.
but I want to present that to Joey, and there's one for Kylie as well that we'll get to her.
Okay.
So that's proof that people do see what goes on, and Dave kind of got a good chuckle about this because, as we all know, Dave served for about 12 years in the State House. So I said, well, how many of these did you send out, Dave? He said hundreds of them. So, but it was always really cool to be recognized by somebody without knowing that was going to happen. So that's pretty cool for
I personally
that.
signed every graduating senior for 12 years as a certificate we talk about. It was crazy.
It's a lot of work. Upcoming programs, we have next week Mary Jo, and we have the health department, health inspector.
Yes, the food inspector
That's
for the
it.
health department, Judah Lorman will be here.
Perfect. So that's lined up. That's going to be an interesting one. January 26th, my name is on there as being the host, but like I said, we're going to be in Florida. But we do have the Chancellor of Ivy Tech. She's going to be here presenting that week. February 2nd, Joey is on schedule for having the guest speaker. February 9th, Mark Adamson, and then February 16th, we got Dwayne. So, and it's going to be probably 2 new members.
The list.
So yeah, if you want to see the full list, it is on the Brazil Rotary Club website, brazilrotary.com, I think. The list is there. Now, the thing with having the full year schedule made is we've got a lot of moving parts, right? So sometimes you're not going to be able to present on the day that you've been scheduled to present on, like, say, middle of May or whatever, because something comes up. Get with anybody in the club, get with Mike, get with myself, make sure that you have somebody to fill in for you, and just switch them around. It's not set in stone. You either make that day or you're out of the club type of thing, but go to the website and that'll be on there. And we're also working to do a schedule up here on the board of upcoming who's on the rotation, just so you're aware of that. I'm going to try and do a better job of announcing it up here and throwing it in the weekly email as well, just so everybody's kind of on the same page there. 4th of July meeting. Our first one is going to be February 3rd at Mary Ann's office at 6 o'clock. So 4th of July is a couple months away. We've got our first meeting coming up here, and that's 3 weeks now, I think. So that's the first Thursday of February at her office, 6 o'clock, and we're going to get rolling on that. I know we've got a lot to discuss already, and going to make it bigger and better. That's what we say, right? And then I think our next board meeting, we're going to try for February 16th. That'll be Wednesday here before our regular meeting. Just kind of works out for my schedule and everything like that. So I'll put all of that information in an email. Is there any other announcements that we need to make for the club before I introduce Charlie with our guest speaker today? Or did I need to talk longer because you said you only had like 4 minutes of stuff?
I think you're okay.
I need to keep going. Anything else for the club? All right, well, this time, Charlie Jackson, how about you come on up here and you can introduce your guest speaker.
Okay, you're allowed to clap for Charlie. It's okay.
Okay, today our guest speaker is Michael Byram. He's the head boys basketball coach from Northeast High School, and he's a graduate of Purdue. We won't hold that against him. Michael Byram.
You're supposed to talk about yourself too.
We don't have that much time.
Well, I'll stop short so that Thank you guys for having me today. It's an honor for me to be the head boys basketball coach over at Northview. It really is. I love my job. I know I'm very fortunate in that regard. So when I had the opportunity to come brag about my young men and my basketball program, I took that opportunity because I really do have great young men in my basketball program over at the high school. And just a little bit about my background, I guess, before I get started talking about them and what's going on over at Northview. This is my 19th year coaching. I was thinking about that this morning, and I started thinking, man, I'm getting really old. Because I started coaching when I was in college, when I was going to Purdue, actually. This is my 8th year as a head boys basketball coach, 5th year at Northview. Before Northview, I was the head coach over at South Vermillion for 3 years. Before that, I was at Martinsville High School as an assistant. I've been at Center Grove as an assistant, and then Lafayette Jeff. So while I was going to Purdue, I was very lucky to be an assistant coach at Lafayette Jeff while I was a student. So this is my 19th year as coach as a coach in some capacity. 8th year overall working in Clay Community Schools. Clay Community Schools is a great school corporation. I love it. Love teaching here. I love coaching here. Our mission statement with the basketball program, this is something we talk about quite a bit with our older guys, our younger guys. Our mission is simple. We want to be the best team and program in the state of Indiana. That's something that we work towards every day. I believe in hard work. I believe in making relationships with our players from top to bottom. And I'll talk about some things that we've got going on, and hopefully you'll pick up on how much time we spend working with the youth in our community, because that's very important. 5 years ago, when Mr. Jackson, Mr. Mock hired me as the head boys basketball coach, the vision that I gave them was I wanted to help build a complete basketball program from elementary school on up. That's something that we work on quite a bit, and it's always evolving. We're always trying to improve that. It's nowhere near a finished product, which is fine. But we spend a lot of time working with our youth. But I'll start with the high school program. Right now, we have 32 basketball players in our program. That's a lot of kids. A lot of kids. I believe having a lot of kids around, giving kids opportunities. The more opportunities kids have, the less trouble they're going to get into, the better they're going to do in school. So we try to keep around as many guys as possible. I believe in developing talent, developing our younger guys. So we have a lot of kids in our program, which is great. We have great kids in our program because we have high expectations on and off the court. Very blessed with having a great group, especially our older guys, because they've been around now since when I took over there in 8th grade. But they're great young men. I'm a father of 3 daughters. Most of my older guys are guys that I would be happy to have my daughters marry one day. Very blessed in that regard with those guys. In regards to our season, first of all, we returned 9 guys from our roster from last year. And so just to kind of get you guys to understand their mindset, last season we went 18-8. We won the school's 6th sectional championship. We advanced to the regional championship game, which is the 2nd time in school history. I've got a group of young men who are very determined to change history. Now, they've spent a lot of time working at that, and there's no guarantee that that will happen, because when you get into tournament play, you got to have some luck, and you got to, some things have to kind of go your way. We understand that, but they're preparing to try to do that. That's important to them. We always talk about our legacy. The big question I always ask them, 30 years from now, what is our legacy going to be? Because there's only going to be one version of this team. And they show up every day and they do it the right way, which I'm very pleased. And so right now, currently, we're 7-3. That's our record. We're a little disappointed with that. We had a couple losses that we feel like that should have went the other way. But the thing with that is we're building towards March, the tournament. That's kind of our philosophy. We know as of today we got 49 days until sectional start for us. So we kind of have a sense of urgency to try to get our best basketball being played by the time we roll into the tournament. Which especially this time of year, I mean, during January, that's kind of a grind, showing up to practice and every day and trying to work hard. But with our guys, the great thing about it is they kind of understand that the days are numbered for our team. So they've done a really good job of preparing. We just came out of the Wabash Valley Classic right after Christmas. We finished 3-1, which we're kind of disappointed with that. We had a tough loss in the opening round to Terre Haute North, who ended up winning the championship. But we bounced back on the last 3 days. We ended up winning the consolation championship. We even set a record for the most points scored in a half. We scored 58 points against Casey Westfield on the morning after our disappointing loss against Terre Haute North. And I think that shows a great deal of character with our group, how we were able to kind of regather ourselves and then go perform within 24 hours, which I'm very proud with them with that. Drew Cook, who's a junior guard on our team, was named all-tournament team, which we were very proud of him to receive that individual honor. Currently, our JV records 2-3. They kind of got off to a slow start. We had some COVID issues we kind of had to deal with a few weeks back, like especially before Christmas, which we had some guys out and things like that. But they're gonna bounce back and get that turned around. I'm confident. Our freshman team is 3-1 right now. Like I said, 32 players in our program. There are a lot of 4A schools around the state that are eliminating their freshman teams. I refuse to do that. I don't understand the concept of that, to be honest with you. I think you should keep as many kids as you can to give those guys the opportunity to try to develop. So I'm very proud with being able to keep a full B/C team schedule or freshman schedule for our guys. But they're currently 3-1. So we've had a lot of success right now. Middle school kind of update. We have over 45 players in our program, in our 8th, 7th, and 6th grade, which is phenomenal. And unfortunately, we had to have cuts, but there's a great deal of excitement about the basketball program. Currently, all three teams are combined record 41-1. My 8th grade team is undefeated. My 7th grade team's undefeated. My 6th grade team has 1 loss. And it was just a situation where they didn't quite play very well that night. So we got a lot of kids that are fired up about playing Northview basketball, fired up about working at it to get better. It is a great feeling. And actually, their season's going to be wrapping up here in the next week or so. And we, my coaching staff and a couple other volunteers, we got February travel teams. Basically, we play in a Sunday league up in Indianapolis, up at Decatur Central High School or at Franklin Central High School, kind of flip-flops. But we play, I tell them to schedule the best teams they can find. So we'll be playing like Carmel, we'll be playing some of those other teams. My philosophy with scheduling is we try to play the best teams you possibly can. By doing that makes you better no matter what happens in that game. We kind of do the same thing at the high school level with our non-conference schedule. If you look at it, our non-conference schedule, it's impressive. It always kind of fluctuates, but by the time of the end of the season, our schedule will be ranked in the top 100 in the state. There are around 400 schools in the state. I believe in playing tough competition. I think it helps you with March, and that's what we build for at the high school level. We want to win championships. We have guys committed to doing that. They do it the right way, do things the right way. But our middle school guys, we try to introduce that to them, because there's a big difference between playing some of the local schools in their area and then going up and playing against Carmel or Ben Davis and schools like that. I want them to experience that at a young age. So then by the time they get to high school, we're not fazed by playing anybody. We just enjoy that opportunity. So middle school wise, got a lot of things going, got a lot of success going there as well. Elementary school, this is the area that I've been really focused in the past couple years. And it's an area of focus for my coaching staff, and it'll continue to be an area that we're trying to improve. On Monday, we've been having a Winter Skills Academy for our elementary kids, grades 1 through 5th. It's free. It's free. We have 2 sessions left. We had just almost 60 kids in our gym on Monday. So after practice on Monday, our older guys and some of our JV guys worked with elementary school kids for an hour. We've been doing that since early December. It's great turnouts. Kids show up. They work with the high school kids and the high school coaches, and they have a ball with it. Unfortunately, we only have 2 more sessions of that left. One more at the end of January and one in February. But a lot of kids playing basketball in the community, which makes us happy. During the summers, I have elementary school camps. And then we also have a skills academy for our older elementary and middle school camps throughout June and part of July. So we try to keep them busy, try to give them opportunities. That's one thing that we really try to do, is create as many opportunities for as many kids as possible. And hopefully one day they'll just keep working at it on their own, and then we can create some great memories. This is our 3rd year we've been working with the YMCA. We partnered up with them 3 years ago. We're continuing to work and grow that relationship and kind of evolve that. With my experience as an assistant at Center Grove, I was one of my jobs was to help with the youth league there. I was the league coordinator. So I worked with the board and tried to get the league going. And while I was the assistant coach there trying to learn and gain that experience, I realized every community is different in regards to how youth basketball should be created, because it's not a one-size-fits-all type of thing. And so we've been really trying to figure out how we get that rolling. That's the next piece to our puzzle, which I think we're going to get it going. And we're really excited about some things we got planned in the future of that. Thank you guys for allowing me to come brag about the great things that are going on. Does anybody have any questions for me in regards to basketball or anything? No? All right. Well, thank you guys very much. Enjoy your lunch.
Hey, I want to make a comment real quick.
Yes, sir.
I had a chance to work with Coach during the first years of the radio coverage. And he's a very good coach, but he's even a better man. And I think to have someone like him mentoring these young kids in our school, we're quite fortunate. So
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks for good work. So
Thank you.
Before you run away.
All right.
I wanted to say, I had my mouth full and couldn't say it.
Okay.
I like the idea that you call the middle school your players.
Yeah, they're all my
That
players.
is awesome.
Thank you.
Big five for the program.
We try to treat it like a family. Okay, that's really big with me. It's like we're all one big family. Sometimes we're all scattered. It's hard to get everybody under the same roof with so many people around, so many kids and moving parts. But we try to get as many kids into our gym as possible, and with the new facility that we have over there, that allows us to do that. We're almost out of room, to be honest with you. Like one night, one of our winter skills session, we had over 80 kids one night, which was phenomenal. We didn't quite expect that many kids that particular night, but we use it. We got that space over there. We try to find different ways to use it. We try to get. Sometimes we have to get creative, but we're very appreciative to have that space over there.
Now are there any more questions? All right. Well, this is an emblem with our four-way test in Rotary, and I think as a coach, you probably live by and try and get your players to live by it. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will build goodwill and better friendships, and will be beneficial to all concerned. And I'm sure in some of your coaching, you definitely used that on this. So thank you for coming to speak.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Now, you did say you had skills classes for elementary kids. What about like people in the mid-30s who?
You know what? You could probably make that happen.
Put me with the elementary kids, please. It'd be best for everybody. One thing that I really enjoy about being in the Rotary Club, and not just like serving as president or on the board or anything, but just being in the club, is how much we learn about what's actually going on in the community. I had no clue that you know, you had a free skills clinic for youth, you know, in the evenings like that, on Monday nights, like you said. Like, there's so many things going on in our small town that it's almost overwhelming how many cool activities that your family can be involved in, and the people behind the scenes that make that happen. It's just really cool that we're blessed with so many organizations and like-minded people that want to make Brazil and Clay County a better place to live and uplift it. So thanks for all the work you do for that and all the volunteers. I know you just said you had like 80 kids there, and you weren't expecting that. I've been in a position where more people show up and more kids show up, and when more kids show up to an activity, you kind of get overwhelmed, right? Like, because kids' energy level is different than like our energy level sometimes. So that had to be pretty exciting and kind of like, oh my gosh, what do we do? But that's awesome. So keep that up, and we thank you for all the hard work that you and your staff and volunteers do to give kids activities to do. So it makes everybody a little bit better, you know, like that. So anything else for the good of the club? All right, we've got next couple weeks are pretty busy on our schedule, so everybody have a great, wonderful, safe week. We'll rise and say the 4-way test, and we'll dismiss. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you, everybody.